Hey guys, welcome to my week 1 post-op VSG update, and I'll just get right into it because I'm excited and I have a lot to talk about. So I started this particular journey. If you want to go back, I did have lap band surgery in 2014 and I had my band removed in March of this year. My starting weight for this journey, my highest weight was 260 pounds. My weight day of surgery was 246.6. I had a 2-week pre-op diet. My weight today, 1 week post-op, is 237.2, so that's a weekly loss of 9.4 pounds and a total loss of 22.8. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, I know everyone loses a lot because basically you're not eating, but it's still so exciting. 22 pounds. One thing I did want to talk about is like this weight that I've been losing basically for the last month or so, being on the pre-op diet, the week of surgery, and now the week after surgery, is all weight that I've gained from getting my band out to starting the pre-op diet. So I had my band removed on March 13th, something like that, 11th. And when I weighed myself the day I started the pre-op diet, I was 260 pounds and I was 230 back. Yeah, like when I weighed myself for my pre-op diet, for the lap band removal, I was like around 230. So I'm just losing weight that was like, hurrah, I don't have a band in me, I'm eating everything, which is kind of like a little depressing, but I'll take it. In terms of the surgery, so this is surgery number 4 for me. I would say it's probably the easiest surgery I've gone through. I was really nervous as always, but I've been going to therapy, and that actually kind of helped me. My therapist kind of walked me through some different tools I could use to alleviate the anxiety, and it did help. The people at the hospital, so I get there, they bring you into the take-in room, they put you in the little holding room, and the nurse I had, everybody was so freaking nice at this hospital. That was another really great experience, just the hospital itself. The anesthesiologist is actually the one who came out and gave me my IV, which maybe I've had done. I don't remember some of my surgeries, but I was really impressed by that, and he was like, where do you want it? Where do you want the IV? I was like, damn, yes, put that shit in my arm. So that was really relieving. The surgeon came out and talked to me beforehand, which was, again, nice. And, I told him I was nervous, and he said, well, I'm not, and that's what matters. So true and fair. One thing that was weird, I had my period. For anyone that this might happen to, I got my period early. I don't know if it was from like a lack of eating or stress or what. I wasn't really expecting it, but I did have it, and I'd called the day before to say, I have my period, can I wear a tampon in the OR? They're like, no, we'll give you a pad when you get here. I'm like, oh, that's so, like, just the thought of having all these strangers looking at my naked body, and then there's like this bloody pad, like, gross. So luckily when I woke up that morning, my period was light, and ultimately I forwent the option of having a pad on, which wasn't a big deal at all. I didn't get blood on the sheets, my gown, nothing, until I went back to the room. So whatever, then I had a tampon and I put it in. As with every other surgery, waking up from anesthesia it's not cool. it sucks, and it's kind of something you just have to deal with. I'm sure everyone who's been through it knows, you know, you kind of just forget about it, but you feel like you can't breathe, you're nervous, you don't know where you are sometimes, and for me, it's always like, how quickly can you relieve this pain that I'm in? And so, you know, the nurse is trying to put all the, God, I don't even know the names of these drugs, but it was basically like morphine, trying to like put as much as she could. And she's like, have you had this drug before? I'm like, yes, just keep giving me the stuff until it's gone. So whatever, it's not pleasant, but ultimately the pain, you know, went away, and I calmed down, and they brought my mom and my boyfriend in, which was nice, like right away, and they had me up and walking immediately. Not just that, while I was in the hospital, that my surgeon demanded that we were up and walking every 2 hours. Every 2 hours. So even when we were sleeping, you know, I didn't sleep at all the first night, because every 2 hours I had someone coming in bringing me for a walk, which honestly was annoying, but I think it helped tremendously, because I must tell you that this was the easiest surgery I have done in terms of how quickly the gas pain went away, and just my recovery in general. This is 1 week out, and I feel normal. I have no pain, no gas pain. I'll show you my scars here in a bit, but I feel good in comparison to other surgeries, and I really attribute that to the amount of walking I was doing, like, immediately. So I was in recovery for about 2 hours or so, and I'm slowly noticing, like, am I gonna be hanging out here for a while? So I asked the nurse, I'm like, yo, am I gonna get a room or what? She's like, honestly, I don't know. So then I start to get a little pissed off. I'm like, I don't want to hang out in this, like, it's like an emergency room situation with, like, people everywhere. So luckily they got me into a room, and unluckily I got a neighbor about 2 hours later, and this is just anecdotal. This lady was the worst. Even the nurses were complaining to me about her, which is so unprofessional, but she, because they could tell I was annoyed, she wouldn't shut up, complaining about everything, and telling the same story to every single person who came in, chewing their ear off, just the worst. And she didn't shut up at night because she snored the entire night, and I had to be up. It was just, honestly, I thank this woman, whoever you are, because it was motivation to leave the hospital. I was like, I cannot spend another night in this room with this crazy lunatic. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, what other people tell you is true in the hospital. Like, they didn't let me have anything to drink or eat that day of surgery, which was horrible. I had a little sponge to wet my mouth, which I think I had with the lap band too. I can't remember. Couldn't take any Gas-X strips, but finally I asked the nurse to give me something, and she gave me like a, I don't know, a chewable Gas-X, I think. They took me off of the morphine. Yeah, I had the button. I tried not to use it too much, but because ultimately it just makes me like really pass out. Like, pain meds just make me conk out. So I was just I'm just like so anxious to be normal and get into this. Like, I think I've just been through too much at this point that I'm like, I just want to feel better. I want to get to the point where I feel like I'm living my life a little bit, and I was definitely feeling that in the hospital, pushing my limits as much as I could. So wasn't trying to like get all doped up and sleeping my ass off and missing walks and stuff. So they took me off of, so the morning I woke up after, you know, the day after surgery, they had me going for a barium swallow, which was rough because it was the first thing that I drank after surgery. But, you know, I was anxious to get back to my room and have some water. So I did it. It was fine. You know, they checked to see if there's any leaks, so on and so forth. And then I went back to my room. They wanted to make sure that I could eat a little something, so I was drinking, you know, they gave you those 1 ounce cups. She wanted me to have 1 ounce every 10 minutes. And I was doing that. You know, it was difficult, but I was doing it. And then she gave me a little Greek yogurt and Jello, and I had a few bites. I didn't want it, but they just needed me to eat it to get out of there. And I got out of there. Now, getting home was rough. I was an hour away from the hospital, or from my home. The hospital is an hour away from me. And I was trying to forego pain meds. No. They were like, oh, take a Tylenol, see how you feel. Tylenol did not do shit. I needed pain medication. My parents, my mom, my boyfriend were like, well, just try the Tylenol, see how you feel before you take the oxycodone. No, I needed oxycodone. But yeah, so I think, you know, trying to be a hero through all of this isn't the best idea. Listen to your body, and if you're feeling pain, take the pain medication. It also helps with, you know, if you're in pain, it's hard to get up and start walking, and that's what you really need to be doing. So it was so hard to drink water when I got home. Everyone says this, you don't believe it until it happens to you. I was shocked. Like, it hurt. I got gas pains every single time I took a sip of water. It was insane. And the gas was different than when I've had other surgeries. So previously, I really only had gas here, but let me tell you that I had gas in my lower, like down here, so bad that it was to the point when I took a deep breath in, I would have a sharp pain on my left side and I couldn't sleep. It was horrible. But you know, moving around and all that stuff, eventually, the Gas X certainly helped. Certainly used a ton of these guys. They really do help kind of move the gas out. If you help it along, you have to take one, you know, I would take one and then get up and take a walk. So the other thing I did, which was maybe stupid, my surgeon has you starting mushies right away. Like, go home and try to eat something. So I was trying things like Greek yogurt was going down fine. Then I'm like, Saturday. So I had surgery on Wednesday, Saturday, day 3 post-op. Like, I'm gonna try some eggs. That was a bad idea. I had, sorry for the TMI, such bad diarrhea immediately after I ate them. Immediately. And then Sunday, I was feeling better and I tried mushy chicken. Same thing happened. So then I made a ricotta bake on Monday, and that has been working for me. So I've been eating ricotta bakes. I eat plain Greek non-fat yogurt with Jello. Mix it with Jello. So good. This amazing physician's assistant at the hospital I was at, so great. She clued me in on that tip, and I was like, thank you. And what else am I eating? I had some ground chicken last night. That actually went down okay. So I think slowly my body will start, you know, not being so upset. I think 3 days post-op is a little too soon. Like, I wish my surgeon had been like, hey, maybe you want to wait like 3 or 4 days post-op to actually start the mushies diet. but whatever. So I've been feeling really good. I think the biggest thing I'm challenged with right now mentally, well, there's a few things. One is that I'm irrationally hungry. I think I'm truly hungry because I'm only getting 600 calories in, but I'm actually kind of hungry, and I don't know if it's because I'm sitting at home and I'm kind of bored. I've been trying to take trips to some stores to get some walking in, and so that I'm not so bored. So I went to Target on Monday, went to Home Goods yesterday. Not good on my wallet, but got some good walking in. So yeah, I've been like kind of hungry, but I haven't eaten anything I'm not supposed to, obviously. I don't think I could physically. And I'm just nervous from a social perspective about this time. Last time, my job, I was really close with everyone I worked with. I was super, I'm still friends with my old boss, and a lot of the people I worked with were females, and I think females are just generally more sympathetic and understanding when you have a close bond with them. Obviously, there's some cattiness that happens, but so I felt relatively comfortable when I got the lap band sharing that information with people. I did run into some judgment. Even recently, someone I thought who was a good friend kind of challenged my decision to get VSG, and I got really pissed off at her, and I kind of, in my mind, it's sad, but I'm like, I can't be friends with this person who just, it feels disrespectful to me, someone who knows nothing about weight loss surgery. She had just done keto for a few months and had to lose like 20 pounds, which I understand is challenging for her, but to then say to me, have you tried? It takes discipline, blah, blah, blah. The keto, I had to really be disciplined, and, it's not easy. Do you really think I haven't tried everything? And you had to lose 20 pounds, maybe. I'm talking about 100 plus pounds here, all right? It just, even though she's not coming from a negative place, it still hurts. And it makes me think differently about that person. And I don't want to feel that, but I also want to be social, and I want to go, if my friends are going out to dinner, I want to go out to dinner and be able to eat my whatever bites of hummus or whatever, and not have to feel like I'm being questioned or stared at. I'd rather just say, hey, look, I had weight loss surgery. I can't eat that much. I'm on a special diet, and be done with it. But I know that's not always the case either. So kind of wrestling with that. This video is super long. I apologize. One more thing I wanted to talk about. Maybe I'll just talk about it next week. It's a online program. If anyone has tried this, can you let me know? I just paid a lot of money for it, so I hope it's good. Woo! That was a lot, guys. I've been watching all of your videos. I just binged all of Foodie Turn Sleevy's videos. Amazing. I'm binging videos. I'm watching new videos. Everybody on here is so inspiring and helpful, and I hope that I can be helpful. I hope to, I'm making new friends on Instagram, and I just feel like this time I feel a little bit more ingrained in the journey. So I'm really excited to, potentially meet people in person and learn from you, and hopefully throw some knowledge back into the community. So hope you're having a great week, and hopefully it's not, so hot where you are, but I'll talk to you next week. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.